getting to know our local area pastors. It's time for The Pastor's Perspective on KCIS.
In the studio this morning, a very special guest and a friend I'm getting to know better and better through the years. My own pastor of North Sound Church in downtown Edmonds, Pastor Barry Crane. Hi there, Barry.
Hi, Mark. Thank you for having me share with you this morning. It's been great to have you and Jenny at North Sound Church, and recently really involved helping us getting online during the pandemic.
Yeah, the TV, I recorded a number of your sermons, and people have no idea what went into making those kind of Zoom sermons work for people. But hey, we seem like we're kind of emerging from this time of COVID. Reason I have you in today is you have been sharing a series of messages at the church recently. I think that was kind of inspired by the last 18 months we've been through, and a lot of the divisiveness that's gone on in media, in churches, and you wanted to talk about the art of neighboring, or you have recently, and I thought it'd be good for you to kind of remind us all what a good neighbor is and how to get along with people.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it, Mark. So it's interesting when you look at the last 14 months, the pandemic, and you think about what we've been through. So we've been through the lockdown and all of the anxiety that we've had around that, and also how the response to the lockdown has been politicized. So based on your place in the political spectrum, you're either pro or con on particular measures, pro or con on Dr. Fauci, et cetera. So we've had this major background division. Then on top of that, we have the George Floyd incident and the Black Lives Matter and the riots and protests. And then we have the election. I mean, when you think about it, we're going to look back on this last year, and it's been a pretty incredible time. And the tension, on social media and the way that news programs are polarized, Fox on the right, CNN, MSNBC on the left, people find echo chambers for what their belief is. They're just getting it reinforced. And so we need to think about what the scriptures say. We believe that they are truth and they guide our lives. So when you look at the scriptures and say, what's important? Well, Jesus said in response to a lawyer who asked him, what's the most important commandment? It was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And what's the next part, Mark?
And love others as you love yourself.
That's right. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And so if our neighbor has a different political persuasion or our neighbor is irritating, do we still have to love our neighbor? Absolutely. And so in this series, I was able to go back to a book that was written a number of years ago by Jay Pathak and Dave Runyon. And they were pastors in Arvada, Colorado, suburban Denver. And they talked to their mayor and they said, Mayor, what's the best thing the church can do in the community? And the mayor said, you know what? The best thing you can do is engage in neighboring. We need at the grassroots to be better neighbors. And then shortly after that, they met with another city official, and this city official really sobered them because she said, frankly, we don't see any difference between Christians and non-Christians in the kind of neighboring they do. So they took it upon themselves to begin to work in Arvada, to mobilize other pastors. And out of that came the art of neighboring. And so we have sort of joined with them in applying it to our community, and particularly in this season when there has been so much destructiveness relationally around politics. We've seen the yard sign wars too, which I didn't mention. And so we put up in our yard in Edmonds a sign that says we choose kindness. We thought that was apolitical. Right. We thought that everybody could endorse that. Well, a few doors down the street, they put up a sign that says we choose change. And it was really a response to the fact that you can't just be kind, but now we've got to fix the wrongs. We have to do the right, as though somehow that was incompatible with we choose kindness. Well, we can choose change with kindness, can't we?
Yeah, it's strange times. How to be a good neighbor. That's the subject we want to discuss with these little features. It's hard to get totally into it in just 5-6 minutes, but we're going to attempt that each week at this time. Again, talking with Barry Crane, and he is the pastor of North Sound Church in downtown Edmonds. My wife and I attended started attending about 10 years ago. And we went for the really spiritual reason of we like that little white chapel. Let's go to the little white chapel. But since then, we found a lot of great friendships there and a lot of meaning and a good, solid pastoral staff led by Barry. So, Barry, thank you for weighing in on this. We will have more discussion as the weeks progress.
Thanks, Mark. Look forward to chatting more.
To get involved with the Pastor's Perspective feature on KCIS, you can call our front desk at 206-546-7350. You can also find out more information and listen to previous perspectives at kcisradio.com.